In this video, I'm going to share with you the top 3 football cards to buy right now, in my opinion, and why. I'm going to jump into my computer and show you here in just a second. But before I do that, it's important to understand the reasoning as to why I want to buy these football cards. Right now, while I'm speaking, it's April. No one's really buying football. People are really hot on baseball, okay? So if you can buy guys that are low right now that no one's really thinking about, and when they gain steam and momentum in July and August when the season rolls around, people get excited. Excitement means what? Prices go up, right? Now, it's important to note, to do this properly and to really make good money doing this, you want to be buying the guys that not everyone's thinking about. Maybe had a sour end to last season, or their prices are down for whatever reason. Like, the way I like to do this is someone like CJ Stroud. CJ Stroud's an amazing player. He sells for a lot of money. He's probably going to be a great pro. But in my opinion, I can't see his value going up all too much more because he already sells for so much and people are all on him, right? When everyone zigs, you want to zag. So when in March and April, I like to buy guys that no one's really thinking about, okay? And this is how to really make good money. So there's 3 guys, in my opinion, that are the best buys, okay? This is not financial advice. There's no guarantees. We could look at this video in months from now and say, wow, Eric, you were a total idiot. All these guys went down in value. But the 3 guys, and in order, is Trevor Lawrence, Will Levis, and Brock Purdy, okay? In that order, those are my top 3 buys right now. Now, Trevor Lawrence, his rookie year was from 2021. So since his cards are a few years old, you're not really going to have a luck trying to find these cards to get graded, right? It's not too common you're going to find a card that's 3 years old, laying around in good condition to get graded. Now, Will Levis and Brock Purdy, you could find their cards to get graded, right? Will Levis was drafted in 23 and Brock Purdy the year before. So their cards are relatively newer. So what you can do is you can buy these cards now, send them off to get graded, and not only hopefully the card grades a 10 and you make money off of that, hopefully they go up in value and they appreciate. Now, I'm going to go into my computer and show you the 3 best types of cards to buy, in my opinion, with these guys. But keep in mind, the cards I'm going to show you are more affordable, more realistic. I don't buy cards really under like a few $1,000s. Like, my version of investing in Will Levis is buying a card like this. This is a Will Levis XRC Gold. I paid just around $4,800 for it. The cards are already graded. It makes my life easy. I don't have to do much. It sits on my desk. And hopefully at the National Card Show in July, or maybe after that in August, I'll go off and sell this card for anywhere between $5,500 on the low end to $7,500 on the high end. It depends how the market goes. And honestly, crazy things happen. Like, if Will Levis goes out there and has one good preseason game, I've seen guys double in value, right? So there is a little bit of luck involved, but I just don't think many people are buying Will Levis and Bryce Young. And I think it's a joke, honestly, that like Will Levis had such a great season if you look at his stats and he sells for the same as Bryce Young. I don't know, maybe it's because he's in Tennessee, maybe they're boring. Who knows? But let's jump into my computer. I'm going to show you the top 3 cards to buy with these guys. Let's do it. If you're enjoying the content of the video and want to learn how to make a side income with sports cards, I spent the past 3 months putting together a training to show you exactly how it's done in detail. Sports cards has allowed me to live a life beyond my wildest imagination, and I'm thankful for the hobby every single day. That is the reason I teach sports cards, and I'm so passionate about it. At the end of the training, we offer a paid program where you can work closer with me. However, I do not want you joining until you've watched the training I put together. It will show you exactly what's inside the program and how to make money with sports cards, and from there, you can make an educated decision. If you'd like to sign up for the training, either scan the QR code on the screen or text the word Eric to 973-755-9486, or click the link in the description. Just to repeat it, if you'd like to sign up and watch the training, scan the QR code or text Eric to 973-755-9486, or click that link in the description. Now let's get back to the video. All right, let's get into it. So I'm going to show you the 3 best cards to buy, in my opinion, of these guys and why, and what I'm looking at in the data. So this thing you're looking at right here is an app called Alt, A-L-T. Honestly, the app is okay, but they are good at showing you a long history of sales with certain cards, and they're pretty accurate, so that's why I use it when I'm buying a little bit higher end cards. So the first card at stake, if I was buying a card of Brock Purdy, would be this one. So his 2022 Contenders PSA 10. Once again, if you could buy this card and get it graded, kudos to you. But I'm just talking about cards already graded. So if you look at this card, so check this out. This is the data behind this card. And while I'm speaking right now, the last sale was $1,800, all right? And Brock Purdy had a good season, right? Went to the Super Bowl. I know he didn't win. I know people give him shit. But look at his sales, right? Look how much this dipped. It was basically touching $3,000, and it went all the way down to $1,800. That, to me, says when everyone zigs, you zag, you go in and buy it. Once again, no financial guarantees here, but I wouldn't be surprised if this card jumped up to $2,300, $2,400, $2,500. And if you buy, I do this stuff all the time, right? If you buy this card right now for $1,700 and you go and sell it for $2,400, $2,500 when the season rolls around in, July and August, you made what, 30, 40% on your money in like 3 months, 4 months, right? If you go and on Wall Street and tell someone, hey, I can make 30% on my money in 3 months, they would think you're on drugs, right? So not bad money. So this is the card I would buy Brock Purdy. Once again, there's a bunch, but if Brock Purdy goes up in value, this is one of the first cards that will go up in value because not every Brock Purdy card is going to go up. Like Brock Purdy might triple in value or quadruple in value. He's not, but let's say he did. Not every card is going to follow that, right? Only his best cards are most liquid ones or most desirable ones. So this is number one. The second one at stake is this one. 2021 Trevor Lawrence Prism Silver PSA 10. Now, the thing about these cards in 2021, these cards were very hard to get graded. A lot of them were off-center. They had surface issues, so there's not a ton of them, okay? Now, if we look at the data here, this card, you can see the last one sold for $950. So you can see right now this card hovers right around $1,000. And Trevor Lawrence did not have the best year. And because he didn't have the best year, his value reflects. Look how much this card was selling for preseason last year. $2,600, $2,300, right around here. And man, it just fell off a cliff. And maybe I'm a little bit biased here because I like Trevor Lawrence. I think he's a phenomenal player. He just doesn't have the pieces around him. And I think people will come to realize that he's still a great player, right? The dude's like 6'5", runs like a horse, great arm, basically resurrected the franchise of Jacksonville. So, I think he's a great player. This card, in my opinion, is not going to go back up to $2,000, but, I could see this card easily going up to $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, which, once again, you buy this card for $950 right now, you go and sell it for $1,300, $1,400, $1,500, not bad money, right? You're making 30, 40% on your money. And if Trevor Lawrence's value goes up, this will be one of the first cards to go up in value. Okay, so I'm big on Trevor Lawrence. He's my number one guy. I have 4 cracked ices back there, or maybe 3, and each one goes for 9 to 10 grand. So I'm high on him. Hopefully he goes up in value. We will see. Sometimes I am wrong. Sometimes these guys don't go up at all. Sometimes they shoot up like crazy. Really, the only time they ever go down in value is if a player, God forbid, gets hurt. That's when really stuff will go sour, which to me hasn't happened much doing this strategy. It happened with Zion Williamson 2 years ago and cost me a lot of money, but haven't had many crazy instances. And the next one is Will Levis. So Will Levis, in my opinion, is probably a little bit more risky than Purdy or Lawrence because he's a little bit more volatile, right? You can call him a penny stock. He's a little bit newer. But I think Will Levis is a tremendous quarterback. He moves great. He has a rocket arm. He doesn't make many bad mistakes. He wasn't given much in Tennessee besides Derrick Henry. And he won some games. His stats were pretty solid. He had 8 touchdowns, 4 interceptions when he played. And if we look at this card, so this card's a little bit newer, right? Because Will Levis is a newer guy. And let's take a look here. So you can see this card started off selling for about $255 and really hasn't went up or down. But I'm just bullish on Will Levis. I think this card could easily go up and touch $400 possibly. Once again, no financial guarantees here. I don't want you to go out there and spend all your money. But the downside really isn't there, and the upside is huge. Right, because if Tennessee drafts somebody or they pick up a free agent or he looks good in preseason, if he looks good in one preseason game, someone like Will Levis could skyrocket in value. I've literally seen people double in value from playing good in one preseason drive. I swear, it's happened. But like Trevor Lawrence and Brock Purdy, they're a little bit more seasoned, right? Because they've had a few seasons under their belt. But people get really excited about guys like this that go into the preseason, have monster preseasons or whatever the case may be. So something like this is a lot of upside. Also, he has some downside, right? If he doesn't look good in training camp and reports come out, or he looks like shit in the preseason, he could go down. But this is how I invest in football cards. These are my top 3 buys: Purdy, Lawrence, Levis, and these are some cards to go along with it. Because remember, it's important to not only buy the right player, but buy the right type of card. Will Levis has tons of cards out there that are garbage that nobody wants, and even if he goes up in value, you're not really going to be able to sell them, right? Because like you have to be able to sell something. You have to be able to buy something that's liquid. Liquid things are going to go up in value. Hopefully, this video makes sense. Let's head back to the camera. So hopefully that video showed you some good value, and you could see it's not only important to just buy Will Levis or Bryce Young or whoever it may be, right? You have to buy the right types of cards, right? Because there's 2 things going on. You want to buy the right type of player and the right type of card. Because let's say Will Levis's value doubles in 6 months from now or 3 months from now, right? That doesn't mean every card is going to double in value, right? His better cards, quote unquote, and by better cards, I mean more liquid, are going to go up more. And there's certain Will Levis cards that just won't go up at all, okay? So hopefully you like this video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Let me know below what you think, and who knows, maybe we'll look at this video in the future and say, wow, Eric was a genius, or maybe we'll think he's a total idiot. Time will tell. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully this provided you just a little bit of value. I'll see you in the next one.